So the web client was released with GP 2015, and then for GP 2016, they rebuilt it in HTML5. So being built in HTML5, it's a cross-platform, cross-browser application. So you can open it in Chrome, Firefox. I've opened it on an iPad, and it works on the iPad. It's fully secure when deployed with SSL. And so when you now look at companies that have a complicated VPN process, or they've got remote desktop open to the world, we just had a customer tell us they got hacked by having a remote desktop open to the world, you have a secure remote access platform for your employees. And I think that's great for, you got the kids home from school sick, you got Snowden, you can still get into GP with a simple access method. It's got a very clean interface, which I'll show you a couple screenshots here in a moment. They borrowed from the Office 365 layout, and it's something that you already own as part of GP 2015 or GP 2016. So what else can you do with it? You can access all of your standard GP windows, and you can access most third-party GP windows. And familiar things like SmartList and exporting SmartList to Excel all work. So right here, I've got a screenshot of my logon for the web client. It's hard to tell from the screenshot, but I did this in Chrome. And when you make the mental point-to-point connection here, this is a non-Microsoft browser accessing a Microsoft technology, which a couple years ago would have been unheard of. Going forward, after we log in, we have our familiar GP homepage. Just a little bit different, but I think it's a cleaned up interface, and all of our modules are available on the left. Going forward here, I've opened up the general journal transaction entry window. So again, there's not much to talk about with web client, because all you have to do is make that connection that all of your standard GP functionality is available in the web client. And once you do that, there's actually not much to talk about. Also, I have a screenshot here. I've pulled a smart list of account transactions. Again, smart lists just work. So we've talked about that there's a good deal of functionality available through the web client, and it offers great remote access methods. But to be fair, we should talk about some things that it does not do. So it's not the standard GP client, so you cannot run GP macros, and so Integration Manager does not work. Likewise, we said that many third-party windows do work. We've confirmed that SmartList Builder does work. Ethotech does work, but there are a handful of others out there that are still working on their web client compatibility.
Such as Performa.
The big one is Performa Mixer.
And we're waiting.
Yep, we're waiting. I last checked in with them in March, and it was still on their roadmap, and I guess at this point I owe them another check-in. But if you have an overall integration challenge that would be hindered by the web client, let's talk, because there are alternatives out there that we can discuss with you on integration. Particularly as we talk about the Excel copy-paste, a very loved feature that has come out since GP 2013, does not work in the web client. But again, there are alternatives that we can discuss. And finally, it does not render any VBA window modifications. Those cannot be passed through the web browser. Finally, we've got a window that I really like in the web client, which is search for a window. So I've entered SmartList here, and it returns all the results of windows that have SmartList. So likewise, if I were to enter cash, I'll get cash receipts or cash flow forecast. So handy for searching a window when you don't want to poke around the interface.